Welcome to Backstage Pass. I'm Tara. Today's guest is referee extraordinaire Mike Kehner.
Thank you, Tara. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. You know, I was thrilled to get the chance to sit down and talk to you because I feel like I've known you for years, but I've never sat down and talked to you. And certainly our fans probably have seen you a whole lot more than they've ever spoken to you as well. So, yeah, it's a good time to get to know you a little bit.
Absolutely. You got it.
So, you are, I called you referee extraordinaire because you've worked literally everywhere.
Just about.
Why don't you take us back a little bit further to when you first started?
I first started as a referee at the Iron Mike Sharp School of Wrestling in Brick, New Jersey. Trained there, did a lot of shows, student shows, kind of like we do with the birthday parties and such in Joppa. And after that, I did a lot of different NWA territories, New Jersey, Delaware for ECWA, Dennis Carluzzo, Jim Kehner. These names might not mean a lot to the people, but for people that have been around like us, we know them. And then after that, about 7 or 8 years of doing that, I finally got the break, and I got a job with ECW, and for 2 years, the last 2 years of their existence, I got to work for them. And after ECW went out of business, the doors flew open for me. I was able to tour Japan several times, China. I got to go. I was one of the first Americans to ever referee there. And Ring of Honor, I was the first referee on the first Ring of Honor shows. Oh, God. Every ECW reunion you could possibly imagine, be it the one-night stand shows and the hardcore homecoming shows and what have you. I got to do all of them, and it's been next year. It'll be a lovely 30-year ride.
Wow,
Yeah.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that is quite a career. And you've really gone the whole circuit. You've done refereeing, you've been a wrestler, and now you're a trainer.
Yes,
as well.
absolutely. I had the opportunity to train young guys like an Eric Martin. Not that I brag about that too much, but and another up and comer here, hopefully in MCW in the future. You'll see Adonis Villario that we've seen a couple times. Many others that I've had the opportunity that are all about the round, and I'm proud of that fact. I like being a trainer, handing down a lot of the knowledge that we've been given over the years, and it's good to hand it down to the next generation.
Yeah. Now, you've been a part of like the Philadelphia wrestling scene, and let's tell our fans who maybe aren't familiar with just what that is. How would you describe it?
Wild and crazy. To put it simply, the work at the ECW arena is amazing, but it's also one of the most nerve-wracking buildings I've ever worked in. You have to be, not only just as a wrestler, of course, as the wrestlers have to be on their games, but even as a referee, you can't make the slightest slip up no matter what, because they will be all over you, like you could possibly, and more than you could possibly imagine. So they demand good wrestling, they demand entertainment, and you have to give it to them, and hopefully we've done that over the years.
Yeah, certainly so. And you know, the thing I always loved about that scene is that there were just so many different places to work. You know, I know when I first started, I was doing lots of girls shows and so forth, and I would just say, oh, I'm working in Philly this weekend, but it would really be any of the numerous townships surrounding Philadelphia, you know, that...
Oh, absolutely. Not only is there the ECW arena, there's different buildings in Philadelphia that I've worked with, the Murphy Rec Center and whatever high school, and Armory, the Armory up in the Northeast Philly. Just in Philadelphia alone, there's like half a dozen buildings that you and I both probably have worked with over the years. I'm sure I did a few of those women's shows with you. And then even like as you get to the outer counties, I've been on shows where you're in a locker room in Schuylkill Haven, Pennsylvania, which is about an hour or hour and a half outside of Philly, I believe. And you literally walk into the locker room, and everybody in the locker room has a company that they run in a different building, be it in Hamburg or be it in Oxford or Carlisle, or you know, all over Pennsylvania. So it's quite amazing, and there's a lot of places to work, a lot of places for the people to not only see wrestling, but for the young wrestlers to develop. It's an amazing scene. It really is.
It truly is, and it's like no other. I think it's
agree.
Just so unique.
Yep.
So now, did you know that you wanted to be in the wrestling business from like the time you were a kid, or was this just something you right place, right time?
I went to my first show probably at the Philadelphia Spectrum in 84, 85, and right from the start I knew I wanted to get involved in this, because it was magical to me. I remember my grandfather taking me to see WrestleMania 4, maybe, I think it was, at the Wildwood Convention Center, seeing on closed circuit TV. Again, most people won't even know what that is anymore, but we went to the old Wildwood Convention, the original one, and it was funny too because I got a chance to work in that same building many years later for the Dennis Carluzos and the Tommy Fieros of the world that ran there. But yeah, when I first went to the Spectrum and I saw that show and I saw some of the old time wrestlers, the Sweet Hansons, the Andres, and the Tony Atlases, and even the SD Joneses, and so on and so forth. I said, I got to do this, and it was a dream. That dream came true more than I could ever possibly be thankful and get thankful for of what I've accomplished. I never thought I would do what I did, and it's truly, like I said, it's been a magical ride.
Yeah, certainly, and a long storied career. Now, you must have, with a career that spans 30 years, you must have some road stories.
Oh, God. So many. I remember, oh God, you got me on the spot. I'm trying to think of some. There's so many of them. I'm trying to remember ones I could tell on the air too. That's the other thing. Traveling with Steve Carino a lot.
Yeah, you guys are
Steve,
good friends,
Steve
right?
was, yeah, Steve was my best friend. He was the best man at my wedding. And I've had the opportunity, again, going back to training, to train not only his son Colby, but his sister Allison Danger, Kathy Carino. The road stories with Steve. I know this is a road story, but I'll tell this one. I never forget. We were in Japan. It was my 4th tour, and Steve was actually he wasn't wrestling on the show. We were in Sumo Hall, a big building in Japan, and I remember we both had these matching shirts from Chono, who's a Japanese wrestler, had his own t-shirt company, and so that's what we were giving the ref and office workers and such. And I remember us standing in the entranceway, and they played Freebird, and that's what we came out to, because that was kind of like what the theme of the show, the tour was that we were doing. And we just looked at each other, and it was amazing to come out to that, to stand next to my best friend in Japan, and to do that. And another memory with that is like me and Steve, again, as close friends, the night he won the ECW world title, and John Finnegan gave me the final fall with Steve and PJ, just incredible. And to be able to do that, count the 3 for Steve to win his first world title, and the hug he gave me in the back to say we did it, because we know we came up together and did a lot together, was, again, I don't know if that's the road story you're looking for, because a lot of them I can't tell, but yeah, they magical. It just memories like that. I could tell my nephews, I could tell the students that I've trained that's something you can't put a price on, you can't put a money value on it. It's just the stories you could tell.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about this business. You develop these relationships that are like family, and you just have this close bond. And whether it's from traveling together or putting your life in each other's hands in the ring, you just develop something that's so unique for this business. It really is. Yeah. Now, who do you see as like some up and coming stars? I mean, you're still out there, you're wrestling all the time, you're refereeing all the time, and I have seen Kid America at birthday parties.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
It's been a couple of years, but who do you see out there as, some bright and upcoming stars?
There's so many. Oh my God. We have so many here just at MCW alone. It's kind of like why I think this is probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite place to referee now as senior official here. So many. Oh my God. Divine, Miles Hawkins match that taking place here tonight at Autumn Armageddon. That was a great match. Who else is there out there? Odin.
Oh yeah.
But he's got superstar written all over him. So many that are coming through the school. Dante and Joe Keys, I think, are phenomenal talents. That I definitely think will go somewhere. And Eric Martin, I mean, we don't see eye to eye anymore, the way he kind of conducts himself. But I tell you, I taught him well. I think he's going to eventually get to that next step, because he has all the tools, without a doubt. So I'm a little biased when I say that, but I really do think he's going to definitely be somebody someday.
Now, what advice does an up-and-coming star like the ones you just named, what advice would you give to them to be successful, to somebody who wants to break into this business?
Stay humble. Always stay humble. I see too many wrestlers who think they've done more than they actually have, and things of that nature. Stay humble, but while you're staying humble, go get what you want. Don't waste any time, because I told a lot of my students when I had my last class with Eric, was one of them, 30 comes around real quick. You will wake up one morning and you will be 30 years old. And I will tell this to everybody that's young watching this. You will wake up and you will be 30 and you were wondering, damn, I wasted 10 years of my life, or I'm not where I want to be because I didn't use that 10 years valuable. Use that 10 years. Go out and get what you want, because like I said, once 30 comes around, the real life starts to take over. You might not have the opportunities that you did when you were 22 and 23 and 24. So definitely don't waste any time. Stay humble, but go out and get what you want and go out and become a success. That's, I think, the best way to do it.
Yeah. Well, that is very sound advice. So I don't know what it means for the people who don't get into the business till they're closer to 30, but you know.
Yeah, go for your dream, no matter what it is. Go for
Yeah.
your dream, and you know, and don't wait till you're in your 30s or your 40s. Do it when you're first starting out. You get out of high school, you get out of college.
Sure.
You know, go for it. Go for your dream.
Absolutely. Well, you hear that, fans? Go for your dream. You heard it right here from referee Mike Kehner, and thank you so much for sitting down and you know, chatting with us and letting fans get to know you a little bit.
Thank you, Tara. I appreciate you having me.